It's Wednesday, which means I'm court mandated to be here. So I'm here, hello. Ignore this. I changed my sensitivity settings when I was filming. Oh! A woo? It's Wednesday, my dudes. Oh, you got the 9-month sub badge! I forgot I made that. I didn't have a 9-month originally, and then I just comboed the stars to make one. To think in 3 more months you'll get the BB badge. Maybe I'll remake those. When I first made them, I was like, oh, surely I won't get much use out of these. I should definitely clean them up and remake them with my current style I have going on. Special. Yeah, look at you in chat. You have 3 symbols by your name. You're not only a VIP, you're not only a sub, but you're also a, is that the Prime sub thing? Is that what that is? Yeah, it is. You're also a Prime gamer. Look at you. Very special. Lots of symbols. But hello! Welcome to Wednesday. I do find it ironic whenever I'm like, oh, hello, welcome, it's Wednesday, because I almost exclusively stream late at night. So it's like, hey, if you didn't know, it is in fact Wednesday, and if I'm the one who has to tell you that, you poor son of a bitch. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do an art stream. And for the first time in a long time, I shockingly have the energy to talk while I work. We'll see how long that lasts. My like other art streams I did in like the past like... Did I art stream in October? I think I did. I don't think I kept the VODs, but I think I did. But they're very like chill and quiet. Because I was focused on the grind. And while I will try to be focused on the grind tonight, I also actually have a topic of conversation. So that's fun. I'm also deeply exhausted. But that is not news. You should just assume when you show up that I'm straight vibing. Oh, hands. My favorite hobby is revisiting sketches after a short period of time and immediately ignoring them because I need to fix things. Like his hands. I love you, but your hands. Immediately got distracted. So I did Halcon this weekend and I was gonna try and like attempt to summarize that essentially and to talk about that a bit. It was far better than last year. A lot better. It was very good. Last year's Halcon was very so-so. If not evident by the fact that I didn't like talk about it at all. Like very vaguely. I was like, oh, you know, I did it. But yeah, no, Halcon was a lot nicer this year. The vibes were just better in general. I think it's like the first time since the first one I went to where they had like full capacity or like resources again or something like that, like something of the sort, I think. Casually scooting my mic closer. So it was nice. Trying to think of like what order do I want to go through things. Cosplays were insane this year. They were really good. I feel every year the cosplays get better and you have more people doing it. So there was a lot of good cosplay this year. In terms of like what had the most rep, I think it was Demon Slayer. I think Demon Slayer had the most like physical people there dressed up as it. But like Genshin was like a close second. Like they were like neck and neck probably, but the Genshin cosplayers were completely out of their fucking minds this year. Like last year there was a lot of Genshin cosplayers, but not all of them had very like, not that you need fancy costumes, mind you, but like there's a lot of homemade costumes and like simple costumes and casual cosplays and stuff like that. So people were repping the game in like subtle ways. And then this year it's like every Genshin cosplayer did a line of coke and then got costumes. Like every Genshin cosplayer I saw were like in immaculate, very high detail cosplays with props. So I just saw a lot of people walking around with full spears made of wood the size of a person. It's like these elaborate ass Genshin weapons. So that was fun. There was that bard one. If I remember correctly, I think I wasn't corrected on this, so I'm assuming his name's Venti. He has like that angel form or whatever it is, and someone just was in that. So in like a two-piece with giant ass angel wings, and that was insane. So that was a pretty good one. I'm trying to think. There was a couple hunter owl houses. There's a few hunters. A few Amities and stuff. There was a collector in like a giant foam head. There's an Emperor Bellos. There's like a small squad of Owl House cosplayers, which was nice. Let's like turn off this sketch for a second. Chubby little hands. I'm trying to think of other cosplayers I saw that were really cool. I feel like there is a Bowsette. I feel like there was like one Bowsette. I think there was a Bouette as well. I feel like I remember seeing them in line when we were going to get in line, and I was trying to like politely look at a bunch of people's cosplay. So I'm pretty sure there was like a Bowsette and a Bouette or something like that, which is always good to see. And then you had the classics, like people in like the big suits. So you had like a guy going around on stilts in a plague doctor's mask, and you had a giant bumblebee one. I think there's a new one this year that was Groot. That was kind of the same thing, like just a big old like suit and everything like that, like very large cosplay. There was a Groot. What else? Oh, there was one Cookie Run cosplay. The first and only one I think I've ever seen at Halcon. And it was someone dressed up as Cream Unicorn Cookie, one of my favorite designs in the game. And they looked so cool. I was walking through the artist alley of Jay, and I just happened to turn around because we were trying not to get separated and all the people, and just happened to be behind me, and I like caught a glimpse of their wig, and then I like took them all in really quickly, and then I was just immediately like, you! So we just stood there and like talked about it really quickly, and albeit perhaps a little bit awkwardly, in the artist alley during like the flow of like the rush and everything like that. And we were just talking about it and stuff, and I was just complimenting on the cosplay because they had like this huge wig that was like bedazzled and had accessories in it and everything like that, all like twisted and everything like that. Like it was really nice. Even their mask they were wearing was like a bedazzled mask, so it matched, and their makeup was super good. Like the whole thing just looked really nice. It was really cool to see. I don't think I saw any Yakuza cosplayers this year. Wherever that Majima was from last year, wherever they are, they're in my heart, but I didn't see them. There are other, like... Here's the thing, I totally wrote a bunch of this stuff down in my phone at one point during the convention, so I could remember stuff to talk about on stream, because I'm really bad at that. Oh, the Rose and Pearl cosplayer. Fucking... Okay. This sounds so angry. It's not their fault. So I usually, when I go to Halcon, I've like usually cosplayed Steven from Steven Universe. And I did that ever since the year the movie came out. And so like, only a few years obviously, but every year I try and like upgrade the costume or whatever. So like, before I decided to cosplay Bird from Bee and Puppy Cat, before I decided to cosplay him, I was gonna do Steven again, and I was going to add like patches to the jacket and stuff like that, and like just like customize it a bit more and do Steven again and just like upgrade it or change it a little bit or whatever. And then, you know, kind of like a month out or so, I was like, no, let's do something new. Bee and Puppy Cat just came out, and there's a way higher likelihood that there'll be Bee and Puppy Cat cosplayers as opposed to Steven Universe cosplayers, obviously. So I'll do Bird instead. So Jay painstakingly made me a very nice cape, and it's very cozy. But we get there, and we're fucking going around, and as we're waiting in line outside of the convention, this fucking gorgeous Pearl in gorgeous rose quartz roll up, in such nice wigs and makeup and cosplay, like, they look so fucking nice, and they just roll up together as a pair and stuff, and I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? And then I think there was 2 other Roses there, and there was even a kid who was dressed as Steven from the show, and they had the fucking sword prop, Rose's sword, which would have been so cool to take a picture with, because I have Steven's shield, and I cosplay older Steven from the movie, so that could have been such a fun picture, and now I'm like seething and molding that the one year I didn't cosplay Steven Universe, there was like a handful of really cool Steven Universe cosplayers, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I said that to Jay, I think after we saw the kid dressed as Steven, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? If it was just a handful of Roses and a really nice Pearl cosplayer, I could compliment them and move on and be like, damn, it would have been fun to take a picture with them. But then there's like a really, like, I would have loved to take like a little picture of the kid dressed as Steven. That's always fun when you get to do that. When I dressed as Steven, I don't know if it was last year or the year before. I think it was last year because that was the first year I had the shield. I'm pretty sure there was like a kid dressed as young Steven who like was so hyped that I was there so that we could take a photo together, and I was like, just going through like the 5 stages of grief about it again. But yeah, so it was a really pretty SU cosplayer, some really nice Roses and stuff. I'm trying to think, God, what else was there? There was a lot of good cosplay. For some reason, and I don't know why, there was a lot of Ghibli cosplayers. Like a lot of, Howls and Sophies. And there's even a person going around in like a full, like, My Neighbor Totoro, like, kind of like one of those blow-up suits, but not quite. Like, it was a plush suit, kind of like a Japanese mascot, I guess. So there's a Totoro going around, which was also very cute. God, speaking of blow-up costumes, there's just a blow-up Garfield going around. Just a blow-up Garfield, which was great. I'm trying to think, any other notable cosplays? Oh yeah, the furries were there this time. What an awful segue. Furries were at the convention, which there sometimes are people who had like partial suits in previous years, but there wasn't like a particular like community meetup or anything at Halcon. This year there was though. There was like a panel for the furry community this year and stuff. So you had a lot of people coming in their full fursuits or like some partials and stuff. So I saw some very cool looking fursuits at Halcon. Are you winning, son? I'm just listing off all the cool costumes I saw on in a very large tangent. And then I hadn't talked about the furries yet, so I needed to talk about the furries. There's some very cool ones. When I saw like fleetingly in the distance when me and Jay like were getting back into the convention after eating, there was like a person like this giant like complex like bat fursuit kind of thing, like with this big foam head, and it just looked so cool and different from all the other ones that were there. And like I saw them once, like from outside through the window, and then I couldn't find them at all for the rest of the convention, and I was just like, fuck, you looked so cool, I wanted to appreciate it. But yeah, that's, for the most part, I think that's all the notable costumes I can think of at the moment. Also just a really cool display of people, like, dressing up in fun fashion. I don't remember seeing anyone in, like, Lolita goth fashion or anything this year, which was something I remember last year there was a bit of. But there's a lot of people dressing, like, in very poppy clothing and, like, bright colors and, like, clearly, like, wearing a fun getup for the convention, even though I don't think they were cosplay. That or they were the kind of cosplay where I'm just too out of touch to know who they're supposed to be. So that was a time and a half. Also, there were, in fact, my rant about there being more Steven Universe cosplayers this year makes it sound like there wasn't any Bee and Puppy Cat cosplayers. There were a handful of bees, a handful of bees buzzing about. So I did get a few pictures. I think I got pictures of all of them except one. I saw her fleetingly from outside the convention, and I didn't want to bug her. So, but I got a few pictures with a few of them for funsies, although none of them are quite good, so I shall not. Oh, because I won't shit about the cosplay and not talk about anything else. There were actually a few cosplayers for that D&D podcast I like, Dimension 20, specifically the Fantasy High series. I saw 2 Fantasy High cosplayers. There was a really good Christian Applebee's, and there was a Gorgug that I saw fleetingly, passing in the halls and such, which was a surprise. I didn't think there'd be any, but pleasant surprises and such. I think for reals this time that's it for my cosplay ramble for listing off cool costumes. I recommend, if you want to see the cool costumes, just go to the Halcon tag on Twitter and just give it a look through. I'm currently not going to do I could theoretically just pull it up, but nah. But yeah, besides cosplay ramblings, the artist alley this year was good shit. Last year there was like not a ton of people that I like that had stuff. Either they were people that I had bought from before, so like any of the stuff they had I already bought in previous years, which was like really unfortunate. Or it was just like there wasn't as many vendors because like it was the first year post-COVID, or not post-COVID, but like during COVID 2021. So like some people weren't gonna do the con stuff, which makes sense. But this year a lot more people came out. There was a lot of new blood in terms of vendors, like a lot of new people I'd never seen before got in there, which was really exciting. And there was oldies that I knew and stuff like that, but the new creators were the ones like I got really hype about. A lot of cool artists doing stuff. Also, I just happened to stumble into meeting the artist behind the game Arcade Spirits. That was really bizarre. Because I had looked through some of the vendors online before we went to like see what kind of people were gonna be there and see like if there were a lot of people I'd want to buy from. And I had seen their table, or like what they had posted for what they were selling on the website, and they had Yakuza prints, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna fucking ruin that person's whole career. I didn't end up getting one, because by the time we found their table, I was lower on money, and there were really nice Yakuza metallic prints for $25. I was so tempted, I could've, but I wasn't buying prints this year is the thing. I was trying to focus on like literally anything but prints, because I don't have anywhere to put prints. But I did buy a mini print from them, because I had a mini Kiryu print, and I yoinked to that really quickly, because I wanted to get something from them. But we were standing to the side, like trying to get around to the front of their table, because I knew I was going to get something from them because of the Yakuza stuff or whatever. I wanted to say hi. And then like as I'm waiting for these people to like look through this print book that they had, I like look up and there's this like poster thing pinned to their table, and it's like Arcade Spirits, like the cover art or whatever. And I was like, oh cool, covers. I was like, oh cool, Arcade Spirits print for sale. And then I looked at it, I'm like, wait, no, that's like just the official art. And then I glance over and there's just a sticky note attached to it that says, meet the artist behind Arcade Spirits. And I was just like, huh? So Arcade Spirits is a fun little visual novel dating sim type game that I haven't played on stream yet, but I've played a chunk of one of the roosts with Lauren ages ago. We just binge played it one night and like sunk 5 hours or so into a route, and I'm obsessed with it. I've always been meaning to come back to it, especially like on stream. And that might be a February thing, because February is probably gonna be a month where I just like burn through different visual novels and dating sims I have, even if it's just for single sessions. Just play a bunch of them. But it was so weird. I didn't know that they were a Canadian artist, so I was just kind of like starstruck. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I didn't know you were gonna be here. I didn't know you were Canadian. And they just fucking laughed. And they're like, well, actually, the entire team except me is American. I'm the only Canadian. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. But yeah, no, I got to tell them how much I adore the game and their work in it and stuff. Apparently I think they said that the new background artist for the second game or something is also Canadian. So there's 2 Canadians. So that's fun. But yeah, that was pretty hype. It reminds me of during my first Halcon when I accidentally ran into Star Pirate. I think that's your username now. I hope so. Star Pirate, I think it is. I remember them as Star Exorcist, but I think they go by Star Pirate now. But either way, I just fucking just walking around the convention, never looked up a vendor's list in my life, and then just fucking look, again, very similar to this scenario, I just look over, and I'm like, oh, hey, I know that art. That's fan art for, like, because they had drawn, assets and stuff for a now defunct YouTube group called Super Best Friends, and made, like, anime waifu versions of said, YouTubers, because they were friends with them, and I think it was, like, a Valentine's thing or an April Fool's thing, and then it just became, like, a merch thing or kind of thing. I'm like, oh, hey, I know that. That's Star Pirate's Super Best Friend stuff. And then I turn back to the table in front of me and then do the comedic, like, full-on double take. And I'm like, wait a fucking second. And I, like, lean around the edge of their booth. And I'm like, wait a fucking... And they're just sitting there in cosplay talking to someone. I'm like, wait a fucking... I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Because I thought... I mean, I think they do, like, live on the other side of Canada. I think they just apparently flew in for the convention, which is wild to me. But very similar scenario where I just really stumbled and tripped my way into meeting the Arcade Spirits artist, and that was very nice. And even besides that, there were some really fun merch artists. There was one person who was selling, like, mostly, like, Silent Hill, Resident Evil stuff. Like, horror game stuff, and that was really nice. I bought a Heather Mason print from them, as well as a Lakeside Amusement Park Robbie enamel pin, which is so gorgeous and so big. It's, like, such a chunky pin. I remember them fondly, although I don't remember their handle, because their business card was just like a tweet format that had like their username and socials, and then the tweet content was just "I'm gay" or something like that. And I'm like, oh, good, this is great. But they were great. I enjoyed a lot of their prints. They had 2 mini prints that I was kind of tempted to buy. It was based on, I think, Resident Evil 2 remake. It's Carlos and Jill. It's just redraws of those memes where it's like, I love a woman who can kick my ass, and I love a man who's stupid or whatever. It's just those side by side as mini prints, and they were great. It looked very good. Yeah, no, lots of love for the artist alley this year. Definitely had, like, many things. I didn't even get through the artist alley. I ran out of money, like, with a row and a half of artists left to look at, and I just fucking spent all my money. Didn't even get to the other artist I wanted to see. There was one artist who I never even saw their table, because after I ran out of money, me and Jay decided to, like, take a break, so we went to go sit outside or whatever, and then Jay went back in by themselves to look at everything else while I was, like, taking a break. Because one unfortunate thing is that because of so many people in the rush in the artist alley when we were in there, is that I couldn't really use my cane and hold my wallet and pick things. Like, it wasn't working. I needed both of my hands to, like, buy things and also just generally navigate. So I didn't really end up using my cane for most of it. So my fucking bones hurty. So I just sat down for, like, a good chunk of time while Jay finished doing the rounds inside and everything. But yeah, there's, like, a artist who was selling Kirby stuff that I didn't even get to see their table. I didn't go back in for the tour or anything like that. I just sat while Jay did shopping. I did ask Jade to buy me something Kirby related, because when I ran out of money, it was the only thing I hadn't bought that I wanted to was something Kirby related, like a charm or something or other. And then Jade just handed me like 7 things when I came out of the gallery. I was like, ugh. That was nice. But yeah, very good, very good. I'll be honest, the only other thing I can think to talk about is the drag and burlesque shows, because I do those every single year and they slap every single time. They actually separated the drag and burlesque shows this year. The first year they've been separated. So instead of like 1 2-hour show or whatever it used to be, it's now 2 1-hour shows. I'm gonna change the tunes. There we go. But yes, Dragon Ball shows were very good. I like the groups in Halifax that do them. I think they're very good. Trying to like think of stuff from each show. Like, they're very good. I do think I'm generally more hyped for the burlesque shows than the drag shows. The drag shows were pretty good this year. I think my favorite was they did one to Hello Barbie, and it was the hostess of the show and the one drag king that they feature, Smith Ryan. They did Hello Barbie by whatever it is, that famous Barbie song or whatever. That one was pretty good. And then, like, at this point, me and Jay were literally just sitting around waiting for the Dragon Burlesque show, so we were just, like, sitting at the front of the lines and stuff so we could get really good seats and just vibe. So it was a lot of just, like, sitting around and stuff. While we were waiting for the show, something I ended up doing was, there's, like, various cosplayers hanging out, and I had my sketchbook on me. So I ended up just doodling various cosplayers, and then going up to them and giving them the shitty doodles I did of them. And when I say shitty, I don't mean that in like oh, it wasn't very good. Like, no, I mean, I did not try. Like, the first one I did, the very first one I did for a Monokuma cosplayer, I put some semblance of effort to, and then after that I was just making them goofy to make the person like laugh or something like that, and I give them this doodle of them in their cosplay or whatever. And that was fun. I did the Monokuma cosplayer, a Sonic cosplayer, and the Sonic cosplayer was like in a little team with a Tails and a Knuckles. It was very cute. But I just sketched the Sonic cosplayer, and I have 2 who are like my ones who got away, because there was this lovely Daisy cosplayer that I doodled, but then I couldn't find her after I drew her. Like, I'd been seeing her all day, and then like the very end while we were waiting for the shows and stuff, I saw her again when I decided to like sketch the cosplayer. So I was like, okay, sick, I'll draw her and give it to her and stuff, because I really like her costume and I've been seeing her all day. She looks so pretty. And then she vanished and I didn't find her and I didn't give it to her. And there was also a fucking Jotaro cosplayer. It's a very simple, nice Jotaro cosplayer, but I thought it was cute. I wanted to doodle him. So I drew him, and then like every fucking time I tried to see this man, like I would look down, like he was sitting with friends or something, or like sitting in chairs, and he'd be there for a bit, and then every time I was like, okay, I'm gonna draw him, I'd look down to start, look back up, and the entire group of them would be gone. Like 5 fucking seconds, look down, look up, vanished. Like, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So I drew those 2, and I never got to give them to the people. So yeah, they're like my ones who got away, like I said. Longingly just wanting to give these fucking cosplayer these stupid doodles. You know. Maybe someday. I think that's the thing I might do next year too, is draw cosplayers really quickly in my sketchbook, or like while I'm people watching or something, while I take breaks from walking, and just give them to people. But yeah, after that there was the burlesque show, which was amazing as usual. There was, let's see, there was the Abominable Snowman from Looney Tunes, the giant rats or whatever the fuck from Princess Bride. Oh, fuck, what else? There's Tuxedo Mask, but like if I think about the Tuxedo Mask one, my brain just whites out. What else was there? There's a Hermione one, which I think was the same one from last year. But yeah, there was a Tuxedo Mask one, which, fun fact, in 2018 when I saw the first burlesque show at my first Halcon, the finale of that one was the hostess, Kaylicious, doing Tuxedo Mask, and that one was amazing and very good. This one, I think, is definitely better. I don't know the performer's name, but he was fucking insane. They had, like, I think it was like 4 roses hidden in various layers of their clothing. So every time they removed a layer of clothing, a new rose would come out and inevitably be thrown into the audience. Which I was actually at that show with Lauren, because I was able to meet up with Lauren very briefly just for the burlesque show. So we were doing that along with some of Lauren's friends, and Lauren's friend actually caught one of the roses that he threw, which was amazing. So that was good fun, very good fun. So yeah, as always, I want to go back in the next year, and maybe I'll try doing a more elaborate cosplay, or heaven forbid, maybe we'll go for more than one day, and I'll do multiple cosplay. Who knows? But yeah, I think generally that was the Halcon experience. Me and Jay didn't stay in the city this time. We were out in the wild, in the relaxing rural zone, like an hour out of the city. So we didn't do much stuff in the city other than the convention. I ate Five Guys though. That was pretty dope. Had a very, very salty poutine from Five Guys. You know, the highlight. My phone keeps giving me stream notifications. I think everyone and their dog is streaming tonight. I don't know who's streaming. Maybe I'll do a raid on someone. I don't really do raids. Maybe I should do that more. Just kick down the door whenever I'm not like whipping fan art at people randomly to establish my dominance. Maybe I'll just peek my head into their streams like, hi. I find with my streaming schedule, it's either everyone is streaming when I'm streaming or no one is streaming when I'm streaming. It's like, please. This hair is such a mess and I love it. Can't believe I forgot to finish the Halloween illustration. Can't fucking believe I forgot about it. I was so confident I wasn't gonna forget about it this year. It is a trope of its own at this point that anytime I think about doing holiday-related art, I inevitably forget about it and it's late. Happened with Valentine's Day last year, or fuck, this year, pardon. Happening with Halloween. I don't even know if I'll make anything for Christmas. Actually, for Christmas, I'm making you guys a video game, so you can't ask me for anything else. Heaven forbid I'm releasing a video game. So, that's what you guys get from me from Christmas. I'll probably do a work stream on that. Maybe the more interesting stuff, unless people want like a lazy day coding stream where it's just me script writing and stuff. Oh, he's so baby-faced, I haven't drawn his facial hair yet. Oh yeah, I got to remember to draw his eyebrows. Fine, I guess you can have eyebrows. That's fine, I guess. I'll leave it for now. Oh, wrong brush size. Drastically wrong brush size. Oh, phone. Be silenced, please. Well, at the very least, I have Pixel mostly lined. A dude, a little guy. I think I had facial hair this once as a kid. I was sick of his Halloween costume. I think I'm good with that. There, so that's one. I guess technically next I should do a fan there. Also, I might go back off stream and fix Pixel's hands. Mayhaps I will do that. But for now, I will start lining another lad. Oh, Symmetry's still on. No. bit thinner at the top. More of a taper off. Little ghost guy. Let me get a new layer. Because despite my love of drawing as much as I can on a single layer, well, actually, that's a lie. I love making layers. People have commented on my excessive min-maxing when it comes to layers. Either I do a full illustration with 9 or like 100. There's no between. The difference is mainly in whether or not it's lineless or not. But I'm getting better. I'm getting more efficient at making my lineless art and not making it 100 million layers. Did I sketch his hair wrong? Wait, where's my reference for him? Here you. Okay, no, I didn't sketch it wrong. The woes of rapidly changing your style between illustrations and shit. You're just like, wait, did I draw that wrong? No, not really. Gotta remember not to get like distracted and accidentally stream for a long time. Because I do need to be catching up on sleep. One sec as I fix my loudest chair in existence. think a reference of him open. At some point I need to draw like a relationship, like Venn diagram graph thing between these three. Just for a shit post, you know? Oop, that's all on the same layer. That is a legal activity. Please stop that. Oh yeah, the curl. That's pretty important. I should probably remember to do that. You can see me like fighting to not put the loop-de-loop in it. Force of habit. There you go. Just noticed I made it so that Pixel and BB's hair defies logic and lets the eyes go over the hair. And then for Vander's I did the opposite. We'll pretend that's on purpose. It's fine, the other two are computer programs, it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be proper for them. I should also make Pixel's eyes not solid color. Theoretically, it will make my life easier in the long run. God, even though we've escaped October, I gotta remember to finish Silent Hill 2 before I go back to the playthrough I had started before October did. Finish Silent Hill 2 and then go back to playing The Good Life. And manifest it not getting interrupted by a specialty stream or anything like that. I might sprinkle some in as bonuses, but I do want to actually get back to The Good Life. We broke past the demo content, and then I just... and then it was just like, anyway, let's play Silent Hill. Can't forget his glances. Those are important. What music am I listening to? Oh, RPG music. Okay. Amazing. God, I work in Photoshop all day, every day, and it throws me off so badly. I go back to using Clip Studio, so I work like fucking like 12 hours a day, 7 days a year, in Photoshop or whatever, and I'm in my downtime at work. I've been learning Photoshop by doing like art and sketches and concepts in it and everything like that and getting used to it. And a side effect of that is that I keep fucking coming home and popping open my good old Clip Studio and just fucking it up. Messing up my hotkeys. Luckily a lot of them are similar, which makes life easier, and then other times I just find myself using the completely wrong muscle memory. That's fun. the second lad done. Time for lad number 3. At the very least, I'm gonna get lining done tonight. This will not be a mega long stream because I work tomorrow, and I got to snooze. Here, actually, before I forget, retweet the stream link. Back to regularly scheduled line art. Oh, BB, I need to draw you more. It's very fun to draw. Maybe since my Halloween illustration is going to be late this year. Maybe I'll do something special for like the next holiday. Do an illustration for. It's been crazy, like actually finish it on time. I don't know. I don't know if I'll do a Christmas thing or not, because I know once December rolls around, I'll probably have the time for it. But like I said, I am doing game dev. I have a deadline to meet in December. His bang's too swoopy. Speaking of references, let's get BB's for his freckles. Oop. Same layer, good to know. Ever since I found out that trick to make, like, perfect stars in Clip Studio using the ruler function, I have personally been thriving. I use stars so much in my art. Come on. OBS is being utterly dangerous. I refuse. I refuse to update to the new OBS now, even though there's people are like talking about some cool features and stuff that are being added or whatever. Because I updated it just to see what was up, and it broke everything horribly. There. Alright, fine. There we go. No eyes. Casually fixing the mistakes of the past. Gotta love me some Final Fantasy music. Good songs. I forgot I put the pentagrams in his couplings. Very cute. think we're gonna wrap this up once I finish BB's line art. And then we'll wrap for the night. Thought I was still set to my star stuff. I just realized the thing wasn't reflecting. Oh well, let me just... I'll do it myself. God. Alright, come on. Oh, right, glasses. Don does need his glasses as well. For his glasses, part of me is tempted to give him those, I don't know what they're called, but, you know, these things. Progress, half the doff we made. Yeah. I think I'll maybe fix up some things. I don't know, maybe I'll just wrap this one up. Whenever I can, so I can finish it up. I need to draw more. I don't draw a lot anymore between work and the other projects I'm doing right now. Need to definitely do that. Maybe I'll buckle down at some point and do like a doodle stream. I can actually draw for a bit. Do some sketches for some future illustrations and stuff like that. But yeah. With that, it's almost 10 my time, so I will in fact wrap it up so I can pass out for work. Thank you to any folks who were hanging out while I was doing some drawing. Good night.